Since the beginning of the pandemic, the collateral effects of the COVID-19 are increasing and triggering anxiety, depression, eating disorders, and attention deficit disorder in youth and adolescents. The situation is worrisome. It is with this in mind that we have set up an emergency campaign on mental health. Our priority is to raise funds quickly for a project that we hope will have a concrete impact on young people. I'm very pleased to introduce you to Dr. Ipekian, psychiatrist at the MUCHC and professor of psychiatry and pediatrics at the Faculty of Medicine of McGill University. We would like to hear more about your project, Dr. Ipekian.
Yes, well, we thought that the quarantine and the shutdown measures were going to have a very important impact on children and parents and family functioning. The online questionnaires that family completed involved both anxiety, depression, physical problems, as well as psychiatric problems in parents, children, as well as family functioning. Unfortunately, as people are well aware, the shutdown has really not terminated. And so we did a second evaluation of the families after they've been in shutdown or really lockdown measures have been in place for several months because we couldn't do the after effect. We hope to do it down the road to see whether or not people return to their prior state of functioning. So really it's looking at the factors which make some people adapt better and others adapt more with greater difficulty. That's the main point of the project.
Can you help us? Is there anything we know at this stage of any impacts of that adjusting or not adjusting well? Do we have any clue on that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we did, because we did some analysis on the initial responses of the 250 families that we got responses from. So there were factors that really stood out as being factors which made families more vulnerable. So these factors are younger age of the parents, older age of the children, less financial security and problems with job security, as well as pre-existing conditions, both psychiatric as well as medical, in the parents and in the children. By identifying those factors which put families at greater risk, we can then identify these families almost ahead of time and intervene with them both in a therapeutic but also in a preventative fashion.
As a final word, maybe Dr. Ipekian, is there anything you would like to say of importance to funding pediatric research to our donors?
Yeah, I think that we need to remember that most families, there's a lot of resilience, but the isolation of families as a result of the shutdown has made them also more vulnerable, so that they can't count on family support, on supports from friends, from relatives, and that has made the families much more vulnerable as well. So I think that the shutdowns has a double-edged effect. One is that it hits the vulnerable families more, but also it prevents them from having the supports that they usually count on and that they need as well. And I think we need to step into that vacuum.